Hi, everyone. This is Sarah from Blue Ridge Literacy. I'm so pleased today to have Kathryn Knotts from Freedom First talking about banking with us. So, welcome, Kathryn. We're so happy to have you with us. Thank you for joining. First, can you tell us what your job is and a little bit about what you do at Freedom First?
Well, thank you, Sarah. I'm Kathryn. I'm with Freedom First. I'm the financial education coordinator. So, what I do for Freedom First is essentially work with one on one individuals to help them with their goals, working towards home ownership, or any credit building or financial questions that they may have. This also gives me the opportunity to work with places like Blue Ridge Literacy and helping their participants in understanding financial situations.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. So, I have some questions I would like to ask you about banking and finances. So, my first question is, why is it important to have a bank account?
Well, first of all, security. Having some place to actually physically put the money that is safe and secure is a good place to have that. Putting it under your mattress or in a shoebox is not always the best thing to do. So, understanding that banks and credit unions are insured is important too. So that just means that if something were to happen, you still will have your money.
Wonderful. Excellent tip about not putting money in shoe boxes or under mattresses.
Yeah.
Perfect. And who can open a bank account?
So usually you do need to be 18 years or older, but there are certain situations where a child can have an account too. Usually their guardian or parent will need to be on the account as well for them to have an account.
Perfect. And do you need a social security number or any kind of information, identification to open a bank account?
Yes, typically you do need a photo ID issued by a government entity, so the state or a passport would work as well. But yes, you also would need a social security card or a tax ID number.
Okay, that's very helpful. Thank you. And if I were going to open a bank account, what kinds of questions should I ask?
There's lots of questions that you can ask. One of the first things that I always suggest is asking about fees. That's additional charges that you could have on your account outside of things that you already know about, like your bills. Um, and also asking what they require you have to open the account is important too, because some banks or credit unions will have different requirements of that depending on the type of account.
Perfect. And lastly, I would love to hear about the differences between a bank or a credit union.
Absolutely. So there are some lots of differences, but some of the ones that I usually like to point out, one of which is that most banks are a for-profit business, whereas credit unions are not for profit. So that means a lot of the money that they make go back to the members. That leads up to the second part that I usually like to point out. The members of the credit union are actual shareholders of that company. So that means that you own a portion of the credit union. Whereas with banks, someone else owns that and they make the decisions, not the member.
That's good. I think that's really important to know about.
Yeah.
And also, we are all hearing about the stimulus payment that many people are expecting. Um, do you have any information about how we can learn more about the stimulus payment?
The best thing to do is to go to their website. And that website is the irs.gov website. So hopefully Sarah's going to share that with you guys later, but that's going to tell you whether you're eligible, when you can expect that payment, and if you already have received it, then you'll know that you already have it. But if you have not, it'll give you more information about how you can go about finding that information out.
Wonderful, thank you. So if anyone is interested in contacting you with any questions, is that something that is a possibility?
Absolutely. So the best way to reach us is through our education@freedomfirst.com email address. That doesn't just reach me, that reaches my entire team. So especially right now when we're all working from home and we all are in different areas and different places, this just helps us be able to make sure that we get in touch with those that need us. So just make sure you email us and let us know whatever questions that you have, and we'll point you in the right direction.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you again for joining us, Kathryn. We're so happy to learn more about banking and the differences between credit unions and banks, as well as all of the other wonderful information that you've provided. Thank you again.
Well, thank you, Sarah, and thank you to Blue Ridge Literacy for all that you do in the community and for Roanoke.
Blue Ridge Literacy. We just finished watching the interview with Kathryn Knotts from Freedom First Credit Union here in Roanoke, Virginia. What I would like to do now is demonstrate how to find out information about the stimulus payment. So what you'll need to do first is on your computer or your phone, open up an internet search engine. I use Google Chrome. You can either type in the search bar or up top, I will type in irs.gov. And there are several steps to this, but it's quite easy. You can scroll down until you see the coronavirus picture, the image, and you see coronavirus tax relief. Let's go ahead and click on this. And we want to check our payment status. This will tell us both if we are eligible and where the payment is. For example, is it in process or does the IRS need more information? So let's go ahead and click check your payment status. Let's scroll down, click get my payment. You may need some information in order to find out if you are eligible and to find out where your payment is. So keep in mind and have this information ready. You will need your Social Security number. You will need your 2019 tax return if you have filed it, and your 2018 tax return. So take some time and go ahead and get that information before going to the next step. And then we will click the blue button, Get My Payment. Now, this says this U.S. government system is for authorized use only. That is just for our information. We will click OK. And then this is where we will need to fill out information. You will either put your Social Security number or your individual tax ID number. If you are not sure what that is, you should be able to find your tax ID number on your tax return form. Go ahead and fill out your date of birth, your street address, and your zip code. Once you have completed that, you will click continue and you will see a screen that will either tell you yes, you are eligible or not eligible, and maybe the IRS needs more information. So that is how you can find out further information about the stimulus payment. And again, we just went to irs.gov and clicked through to a few different links. Good luck, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.